Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Not For Broadcast. This is episode 7. Now in the last episode, I was really confused about the editor, but I'm very up to the whole thing now. I know that this is another episode, the last episode. I uploaded the video that I ended up not uploading back in frickin' February. So that's all caught up now. I made sure everything was all working. So now we're on episode 7, and now we're going to be going into the heat wave. So yeah, let's do this. So far, it looks pretty interesting. There's Mr. Donaldson right there. The other Megan Wolf character, I can't remember. I think that's her name. Here we go. Hello. Turn this on.
Hello there, Alex. You'll have noticed that the valves are heating up excessively due to the current heat wave. When they get too hot, the trip switch will blow, as you've seen.
Yeah.
Once things have cooled down and the trip switch is back to normal, you can get the power back on. You should keep the fan pointed at the correct valve by aiming it up and down. The middle gauge when you're facing the screen will warn you, so keep an eye on it. Also, maintenance tells me that the fan power switch occasionally turns off for no good reason, so keep an ear open for that too.
Okay.
I'm sure you've already worked all this out though, Alex. You're a rising star of this network and we're all very proud
You've got
of you.
someone to hose down the sun, have you?
Yes, they've just strapped on their wax wings.
So we gotta make
Classical
sure
illusions
which
are no
one's
substitute
actually
for air conditioning.
aimed at
You
here.
know, I genuinely
Let's go in
thought
the
he'd be in a better
center.
mood today. She's
Just
not
to
even
see
here.
it's easy.
Yes, but he is. Our gun-toting handler.
Who, Andy?
I don't know what the fuck his name is, do I?
He's here to keep us safe from people like Disrupt.
More like keep us in line. I hate guns. Give me the willies.
10 seconds, everybody.
So we've got any actual real news tonight.
Oh
Oh,
yeah?
the world's on fire. That good enough for you? Going in 5, 4, 3.
Hopefully we got some real news tonight.
Good evening, I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Our main headlines tonight. Siege mentality. The World Council today established a military blockade to enforce the unjust and punitive
which one?
sanctions
The different
now
one.
entering
I'm
their
gonna do
10th
this one,
week.
I guess.
In a statement from
See,
team
this
headquarters a
must
short
be
time ago,
played.
Prime Minister Julia Salisbury
Remington
issued a
Express
commanding
Home
response
Entertainment
to
Computer
this
System?
unprovoked
I don't-
escalation.
I don't know. Let's
The World
play that. I
Council
don't
should
care.
make no
The
mistake.
new shampoo
This
that I have
blockade and the illegal
sure.
sanctions it seeks to enforce are an act of war and will be treated as such. Any incursion, however slight, into our territory will be met with swift and deadly force.
Yes.
You have been warned.
Taking the plunge. Far be it for us to be cynical, but it's beginning to seem like the wedding of a certain celebrity power couple is more about attention than it is about love. As this leaked photo shows, the naturals of heartthrob Johnny Handsleeves and art snob Tiffany Lamore were far from
Dang, that
conventional
looks pretty
when
hot
they
out
finally
there.
tied the knot this week.
That is good.
Eyewitnesses claim that the fuse was lit sometime during the vows, and that his entrance to the reception, through 3 windows and an exterior wall, was particularly memorable. In it to win it. Exciting news from Advance today with the announcement
looks
of a
very
new monthly
excited.
prize draw for all team membership card holders. Every month, lucky winners from across the country will be picked
I
at
kinda wanna
random
see what
to
this
receive
dude's
what
all
Team
about.
HQ are describing as unique prizes worth more than money used to be. Take up on the scheme has been much higher than expected.
Oh, it's
and
not
if
a
this lucky
video.
winner's delighted face is anything to go by, it looks like pretty soon everyone's going to have one.
There we go.
Bitter pill. Is this the beginning of the end for responsibility? The male contraceptive
that
pill, lauded by scientists as a remarkable achievement, has been widely rejected by the public. Sales of the revolutionary drug have been non-existent, with many claiming the world simply wasn't ready for such a shift in radical reproductive politics. Relentless CEO Sophia Remington has refused to bow to public pressure and give up on the treatment. Seen here outside Remington Cysts HQ, the dogged businesswoman called the failure a minor hiccup before reducing 2 reporters to tears. Oh, Captain, my Captain. Progress today for the stranded scientists of Dante's Taint, as the captain leading their
Dante's
rescue mission
Taint.
has announced. The trapped team have survived in the cave system for many months
She's
now.
cool.
But hope is on the horizon as the expedition leader is announced by the board
Keep
of
an eye on
underground
those
theoretics.
damn things.
A respected professional with decades of experience,
That's what
training
this
and
freaking
knowledge,
fan's all about. I
Captain
never even
Audrey
knew what that
Aerospace
was.
is
I
said to
just
be the
turned it
only
on
real
'cause
choice to successfully save the
previous
troubled
episodes,
scientific
so everyone was
excursion.
probably like,
but an
"Oh, why you
unfortunate one to
turning
be
that
sat
on?"
next to at a dinner party or social occasion. Burning down the house. The Capitol was put on high alert last night after disrupt terrorists set an emblematic fire in the heart of Parliament Park. Violent conflict broke out at the demonstration after a mob of so-called protesters from the radical group launched an unprovoked attack on community cohesion officers
This one's
in
kind of
attendance.
boring.
With the methods of this increasingly violent rabble becoming ever more extreme, many are asking if the military should intervene. Colonel Phineas Mad Badger Fortingly Davis of the 1st Mounted Bastards Brigade said his men
Bastards
were, and I
Brigade.
quote, oiled up and ready for action. All this, and I'll be talking to some people with fascinating medical conditions, as well as one of the contenders in this year's Feline Football Championship, and her proud owner. That's all up on tonight's National Nightly News.
Uh-oh. We gotta stay within sync again. Okay. Stupid interference thing again. I was so confused on how this worked in the last episode. I was all like, uh-oh. Oh no, this is bad. No, fuck! Turn it on! Turn it on! Go. God dang it.
But first tonight,
okay, perfect.
our team of correspondents has been dispatched to every corner to see how the people of this great nation of ours are coping with this unprecedented hot weather. First, let's go to Megan Wolf in Shining-on-Sea to see what the scientific community has to say. Megan, how's the weather there?
It's absolutely glorious, Jeremy. Thank you for asking. I'm here with Dr. Anna Burns of the University of Princeford. Are you enjoying the weather as much as I am?
Oh, yes, it's wonderful, isn't it? My eyelids are sweating.
I kind of want to see what the heck he's yelling
You're
about.
part of a team carrying out a
son
study
of a
into
bitch.
just what's causing this unbelievable heat. Is that right?
Yes, that's correct. Yes, we want to be able to reassure the public once and for all that there's absolutely nothing to worry about and that they can enjoy their sunstroke and fossil fuels in peace.
You sound very confident about that.
Oh, very much so. I can say
He's
without
still
any
yelling
hesitation,
over
there's
there. I
really
want to
no
see what
cause
he's
for any
made.
concern here.
I want to see what he's
I've
yelling
actually left
about
my car
after this is
running.
over.
So tell us about this experiment.
Well, we take data from weather stations from all over the world, along with atmospheric samples, and we take
What
all
is
that
that
and we
beeping
feed it
about?
into this state-of-the-art computer,
Oh.
and very soon we'll be getting a high-tech readout of the results.
Blimey, that sounds very fancy.
I should just say,
It's
none of this
still
would be
beeping.
possible
I think something's
without the
wrong
generous
with it.
support of Rivington Spitz. This is all thanks to their unrivaled investment in
Oh,
our
no.
future.
Shit.
May I just say, complimentary personal anecdote. Oh, here we go.
Come on.
And, as expected, everything is absolutely fucked. Hang on. This can't be right.
Right, but obviously you said...
Ah!
Well, actually, under concern level, it just says, why, God, why?
We should be celebrating these wonderful results, I think.
Yeah? We need to evolve gills within 40 years.
Oh, it's this.
Here it
That's
just
what's
says
making the noise. It's
shit,
not any
shit,
of my
shit.
stuff.
Look at you. This is meant to be a celebration. Can't go around looking like that.
Shit,
There you
shit,
go.
shit,
Much
shit.
better. Can I just say thank you again to Sophia Remington for providing all of this.
Everyone, we don't have long. Time is
It's
running
running
out.
out. Absolutely right. That is all we have time for.
Abandon hope and return to the forest.
Enjoy that. I'd like to thank Dr. Burns for just one opinion on the climate.
The sea will reclaim us all.
There you have it, Jeremy. Proof, if proof be need be, that everything is just fine. I'm Megan Wolf, here with science. Back to you.
Megan Wolf there, attempting to do some actual news. Next, heads over to Robin Short, who's in Scritchford with some of the winners of this week's Team Membership Lottery. Robin?
Thanks, Jeremy. I'm here in Scritchford with
He's
Gary
still
Failsafe, a janitor at the local school, and Amelia Jackhammer, an aspiring poet. Both of you were drawn at random from those who hold team membership cards to receive this week's amazing prize. How do you feel?
Filled with fervent euphoria.
Yeah, good, yeah.
And all that we had to do was fill in a quick form or two.
Wow, that sounds so convenient. But we're all dying to know, what have you won?
That's right, Robin. I've won dinner with Julius Salisbury at one of the capital's top restaurants.
Ooh, swanky.
He took
I've
off
been
his
invited
suit. That's
to
going to
Peter
mess with
Clement's
the
house to help him
continuity a
dredge
little
the
bit.
guttering.
I better not bring down my
That's
score.
absolutely terrific. You must both be over the moon.
I've written a poem about it.
So, can you tell me about the moment when you first heard the news?
Well, I was battling against a particularly difficult floater,
Mother-
one of the sixth formers, when the headmaster came and found me.
I was involved in a similarly
Quit
brutal
turning
conflict
off, you
with a
piece of
particularly arduous stanza.
So you were both
Oh my
polishing
God.
turds.
No, I don't like to polish them. I like to keep them intact for my collection.
Oh, how unexpected.
Turd
I
collection?
don't polish turds. I write poetry.
Potato, potato. So Gary,
Peter Clement's going to let me keep the contents of his downpipe.
there's no harm in asking, I suppose.
Would you like to hear one?
No, thank you. Gary, when you signed up for team membership, was it in hopes of winning the lottery, or were there other reasons?
I like a flutter, of course, but no, the boss said I had to sign up to keep coming into school.
Very sensible. It's important to know who we're trusting around our children.
Oh, I have an unpublished book of sonnets about children. Perhaps you'd like to hear one.
No!
Or an anthology of haikus on the death of innocence.
I'd rather hear about Gary's turd collection.
Really? I thought you might say that.
No, I don't actually. I don't want to know.
Are
about
you
that.
all right?
Yes, it's coming. It's coming. It's inspiration and it's delicious.
Right you are.
Today on the show there's no news. Just a man who keeps multiple poos.
Yeah, this big one's my favourite. See how it's fibrous, a really lovely texture.
Would you encourage other people to enter for their chance to win?
Well, if it's colour you're looking for, take a gander at old Blue Eyes here.
The national news lost its way when it covered some crap on a tray.
Some of these are quite rare.
Maybe that was unfair.
And that's all we have time for today. Back to you, Jeremy.
Thanks, Robin. What a lucky pair they are. And finally in this segment, it's over to Patrick Bannon, who's gone to the smelliest town in the country to see how the unprecedented weather is affecting the locals. Patrick?
Hello there, Jeremy. Hello, yes. I'm here live in Grizzleford, which was recently voted the smelliest town in the country. And I have to say that, you know, in this heat, the smell really is. I mean, it's something else. Barry Lardons, mate, you've lived here your whole life. How'd you put up with the stink?
Well, we're just all very proud of our achievement, to be honest with you. You can tell that, look at him, proud as punch. Do you know what it's like, son, being the second smelliest town? No, I don't. Living in the shadow of Arseminster. I smell
Arseminster.
But who's laughing now, eh?
Well, not me, that's for sure. So what happened, mate?
Right, the good people from Remington's Fist came in and saved the day with their factory.
You're talking, of course, about the newly built flour factory.
Yeah, they gave us this big presentation on jobs and growth. But as soon as we heard about the stench, we paid them whatever they wanted to put it here.
Does the stink not affect your life in every way, Barry? I mean, perhaps if you're filling in a tax return or completing the physical act of love.
It's strong at first, but you get used to it after several weeks of your first bout of sickness. The judges were very impressed.
So, what's the sickness?
Oh, that's nothing to worry about. It takes a few minutes before you develop any symptoms. Now, folk are saying something about the production line and how they dump carcasses directly into the water main, but I think it's probably the fume valves on the high street.
On the high street? Should I see a doctor? What are the symptoms?
Well, the first one is asking stupid questions. Then folk experience a loss of inhibition.
Fuck off, do they? When was the last time you brushed your teeth, you stinking old tramp?
And next recording is
He's got the sickness.
Randomly bursting into song, followed immediately by delusions of grandeur.
Oh, it's sexy Patrick Bannon and he's wearing sexy shorts now. Oh my God, look at me. I'm like a stallion. I'm gorgeous, why didn't you tell me? I should take my shirt off. You know what? I'll even let you touch me if you want.
That will be the bout of undeserved self-confidence.
Love the Bannon, feel the Bannon. Oh man.
And the ennui. All that's left now are the hallucinations and unconsciousness.
Nana Dottie? Was that you? Why are you made out of elbows? You know I don't eat opinions.
Oh, Don't worry, folks. Once he wakes up, he'll be just fine. We'll just find a place to stick him where it won't matter how many times he evacuates his bowels. Right, that's all here from Grizzleford, a town that's really making a stink. I'm Barry Lardons. Back to you, Jeremy.
Thanks, Barry. With a naval blockade being set up around our coastline as we speak, when we come back, I'll be talking to 3 members of the general public who appear to be here purely for medical reasons. Don't go away. Unless, of course, you've got something better to do. We'll be back after these messages.
What could be better than watching National Nightly
Features
News?
a potentially controversial guest.
The heck?
Hosts may request some censorship if it goes too off topic.
This
You've
is
done
like
a great job so far keeping everyone happy, so let's keep up the good work.
And I can't do this anymore.
You say this every Friday.
I've done something.
What do you mean? Jeremy?
My mic is still...
Hey, look, I got an A. Despite all this crap, I managed to get an A. All right. I assume I could play this if I wanted to, but I'm with the government, so we're just gonna leave it over here. All right, we're not gonna play this. Maybe next time we can play it. I don't know if I'll play through on this channel again, but I might play through it on stream. I've been thinking about getting back into streaming.
That's what I'm talking about?
Probably starting.
We should be doing an interview with the War Minister, or a report from Grentham Downs. Even the weather would be more fucking relevant than this.
Jeremy, please, just breathe. It's just something light to keep people's minds off things.
Exactly, which is wrong. People's minds should be very much on things. Christ, it's so fucking hot.
Please take your seats as quickly as you can.
I can't do this anymore, Jenny. I've had enough. That's it. This is just
10 seconds! Over yourself, Jeremy. Why don't you stop feeling sorry for yourself for 5? 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News with me, your host, Jeremy Donaldson. Later, we'll be talking to the captain of the Territory's first cat football team, Professor Pumpkin. But first, I'm joined by 3 guests with some balmy bodily behaviours. Joining me is a woman who's been hiccuping for over 9 months. Isn't that right, Miss Piercy?
Yes, that's right.
Yes. Tell us, what brought all this on?
Well, it's all a bit of a blur, Jeremy, to be totally frank with you. So I was watching your show and I remember seeing the news about the election and it hasn't stopped since.
Fascinating stuff. Also here is Frankie Steampipe. Perhaps you could explain to us exactly what your physiological foreboil is.
I'm here to say it's high time people like me were respected. We're constantly overlooked in the workplace, we're whispered about on buses, and we're asked politely to leave children's birthday parties. And it's disgusting. I'm sorry, my bowels have comic timing.
And finally, I'm joined by a man who answers every question honestly, even when it isn't aimed at him. How do you cope with that, Mr. Truman?
With a combination of booze, self-hatred, and hardcore pornography.
Is that
Not according to my therapist.
Well, in that case, let's speak to Rose. Tell me, how does the hiccuping impact you?
I get shushed a lot, which is hard. At work, they've asked me to stop answering the phones. It's really affected my confidence.
Well, I find it really fucking irritating.
Do people tend to believe your story?
Fuck no.
Actually, I've been surprised at how much support I've received.
And Frankie, why have you come here today?
Because my wife left me, and I was hoping that the fame would win her back.
We've started a group for people with ailments deemed broadly comical by society. It's called Take Us Seriously.
That's right. And we bloody well mean it.
And who's joined so far?
A bunch of fucking losers.
It's just us so far.
And how much success have you had?
Well, we've seen some real positive changes.
I don't want to toot my own horn, but it's been a runaway success.
Shit all. Not a single person come to our fun run, and all of our leaflets fell in the canal.
Well, Miss Piercy, some people are saying your condition was actually caused by the shocking events of that night. What do you think?
Come down, Mr. Donaldson, that's absolute rubbish.
What it'd be like to have a pair of tits.
Could you? I'm sorry, it's very hot. What was I thinking?
That you're a team fuck puppet?
No.
Or a sellout cunt?
Apologies. Just a reminder that he can't help it. And hey, if this isn't live television, then what is it?
Fuckfest of propaganda masquerading as journalism.
Right, Frankie, Rose, tell us, how can the viewers get involved with your cause?
Yes, we're holding a sponsored run in Capital Park next weekend. It's called the No Smiles 13 Miles.
No, it's called the No Laugh Half. What did I say before the show?
That it was the team pulling Jeremy Donaldson's strings.
No, I didn't say.
Wow, we may have to end that there, unfortunately. What a harmless bit of fun.
Steady on! This is exactly what I'm talking about. We demand respect.
Yes, well, later, I'll be talking to Professor Pumpkin, a ginger tabby with a world-class pair of penalty paws. Is that really necessary?
No, it isn't. Let go. Not you.
Unhand him at once. Enough! That's enough!
Whoa! Holy shit! Oh my god!
Try not to piss myself.
Alex, cut.
Don't you dare!
Alex, cut.
Don't you fucking dare cut to the ads before I tell you to.
What
You in
the?
the broadcast centre. Bozeman's little scapegoat. You listen to me. You cut to the ads before I tell you to, and I will kill every single person in this
Okay,
studio.
relax, Jeremy. We got.
I am thinking about what I'm doing. I've been thinking about it for a long time. We all should be. Christ, it's so fucking hot in here. Do you remember when we used to do the real news? Before it was all lottery winners and bloody cat football? We are on the brink of a siege, the likes of which the world hasn't seen in hundreds of years. The enemy is at the gates, and I'm stuck here talking to these three fucking idiots.
I think my hiccups have stopped.
You three, get the fuck out of my studio. Go on, now, go! Before I change my mind. Jenny, lock the doors. Lock the doors.
Yes, Jeremy.
Now. Good. Yes. Now. Good. Right.
Everyone loves
You in the
this.
broadcast centre. Alex, you listen to me. You pay
Yeah, I will, man.
Now, I'm sure you've already loaded up exactly what you're going to play in the commercial.
Yes.
But today is going to be a little bit different. Look to your right. Yes, really. Look to your right. There is a VHS
Oh,
tape,
this thing.
and I want you to load it into one of the machines. And when I say so, and not before, you play it. You've got about 15 seconds, so I wouldn't waste any time. Now, all cameras.
I assume you won't be playing that tape. This station does not negotiate with terrorists. I hope I've made myself clear. You seem to know what to do.
Every single thing
Okay.
that comes out of this studio is either one-sided or banal. We're gonna
I'm
show
not
you
gonna
how to
play it.
side.
I'm not gonna play
Bit
it,
of
guys.
fucking balance.
I'm not gonna negotiate with them.
Alex, play the fucking tape.
No.
I don't want to hurt any of you. If I see anything I don't like, I will not hesitate to start.
Alex, from the station's perspective, you made the right call.
Reset the system for the third segment. I imagine the ratings are going to be through the roof.
Holy crap. Jesus. I didn't expect that out of Jeremy. I mean, I don't know what I expected, but it wasn't that. Okay. Yeah, I didn't play it. I'm not going to play this. I would play it if I was going along this route, but I'm not going to, alright? Alright, Jesus, I did not expect that at all. Holy crap, I need to... Oh, God. Alright. We got this. I feel like I'm in this for real. Man, this is crazy. Alright, yeah, let me see. Oh, I didn't mean to load that in, but whatever. Dang. Okay, so just remember to do C.
What do you mean they didn't play it? Why the fuck didn't they play? Alex, what the heck is wrong with you? You had a chance to make a real fucking difference.
Jeremy, calm down.
You fucking calm down. How long?
8 seconds.
You. What's your name?
Andy.
Of course it fucking is.
Jeremy, put the gun down, please.
How long?
We're going live now.
Welcome back to what's left of the National Nightly News. Our main story tonight. There is a fucking massive military blockade being set up around this country. We are surrounded and outgunned, as incidentally am I. Now I have asked for all the security doors to be locked, The studio door's to be locked, but security is on its way. So, I doubt we'll have much time. But while there is, let's try and do the fucking news. Our first guest tonight is Jenny. She works here in production, and earlier today she told me she put forward several news stories. Older viewers will remember those, but they've all been rejected. So tell us, Jenny, what's somehow less important than Barnum and Bailey's Amazing Shit Circus and Commander Pumplenuts, the fucking cat footballer?
It's Professor Pumpkin.
Really, Jenny? There isn't much time. There isn't much time. Come on, just one real news story.
I don't know, I can't think. I'm trying.
Christ! You haven't even taken into public ownership yet. I mean, might as well be run from Julia fucking Salisbury's no doubt immaculate kill room.
Leave her alone.
And this gallant knight in slightly shattered armour is Andy. He's a CCO. What's that stand for, Andy?
Community Cohesion Officer.
And what does that mean, Andy?
Well, we aim to strive...
No, you utter prick! I mean, what does that mean? What is a CCO? What are you? What is a CCO?
Community...
Policeman! You're a policeman, a fucking policeman!
Yeah, that's what we used to be called.
Used to be? It was less than 2 months ago. What the hell is wrong with you all? Jenny, any recollections yet?
Nothing springing to mind.
All right then. Looks like you're in the hot seat, Andy. Exciting, eh? I mean, that's what you joined up for, wasn't it? Excitement? It's your first hostage situation.
Yeah.
Yes. Pretty shitty you ended up being the hostage, eh? Never mind. How many people have you arrested for not carrying or having their ID cards?
Well, firstly, we don't arrest anymore. We invite for consultation. And they're not ID cards.
Don't be a bellend all your life, Andy. You know what I mean. Answer the question.
Well, it shouldn't have to be a big deal to prove who you are.
Only the guilty have something to fear?
Well, yes, actually.
How desperately naive.
Look, I'm just a police officer. CCO.
Just following orders?
Oh, come on, mate. That's not fair.
It was rhetorical. Jenny, ready to spill the beans yet?
Jeremy, please stop. Jeremy, I'm scared.
Alex didn't even play your tape. This is pointless. It's over. Jeremy. It's over. Jeremy.
I was going to quit tonight. I had notes. See? I had notes. See? There's a recording. A VHS tape. A message from Disrupt. I haven't heard it, but I know what it's trying to say, and I wanted you at home to hear it. So listen to the other side and make up your own minds. But Alex Winston, who works in production, decided it was not for your eyes and ears. It was not for broadcast.
Yes.
Maybe
He said it. He said it.
Doesn't matter. Tomorrow morning it will arrive in every major news broadcaster worldwide. But I wanted you to hear it first. To listen to what Disrupt had to say about this unreported country. Because Disrupt and I... Well, we swapped places while I wasn't looking. They're now the ones investigating, looking for evidence, trying to make the world a better place. And me? I'm in this newsroom interviewing Jeff fucking Algebra. What Disrupt have to say is important. You might not agree with all of it, but you should still hear it and make up your own minds.
Are you serious? Disrupt, a credible source. Get more objectivity out of Alan fucking James.
Oh my God, are you being deliberately obtuse? Why can't any of you understand there's no such thing as a credible news source anymore? Holy shit! Aaron! Oh shit, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
He's bleeding. It's in his shoulder.
First aid! Whoa, we need first aid.
He doesn't need first aid, he needs a fucking ambulance.
Paramedics. There'll be paramedics for the security.
Unlock those doors.
No! Don't do that!
Jeremy, he's bleeding. He could die.
Yes, but if you open the door, that's a gift.
How did you think this was going to end?
Why are you even here today? It's supposed to be your day off!
My date cancelled. I thought it'd be more fun to be here than moping around at home. Truth be told, I wanted to see you. Being annoyed with you is like wearing a comfy jumper.
Yeah, that's the nicest thing you've said to me.
Let's not make it the last.
Right. All remaining cameras on me. In a minute, I'm going to ask Jenny to unlock the doors. No. Oh, me, Aaron, our cameraman, can get the medical attention he needs. I should imagine I'll get arrested for this. It wasn't the graceful. I had a speech. Once I was meant to be resigning with a flourish of honour. Alas, hurrah! I was going to wish you all one last peaceful night. I'll see that happening now. Still, I want to have one last stab at the news before I go. You see, there's so much more we're not telling you. There's large groups of scientists, and they're testing something loud and something. What was that? I didn't think it over there. Why did
Don't shoot him. Stay back, please. Mr. Donaldson, you have 10 seconds to lower your weapon. If you do not comply, we will open fire. God,
10.
cut to the ads.
9.
Alex, cut to the ads.
Alex, think of the consequences.
God,
5.
wait, put the gun down.
4. 3. 2.
Holy crap.
Tired of dull and lifeless hair? Fed up with dry and brittle split ends?
I did not want to broadcast that. I did not want to. Oh my god, dude. We either die a hero, someone else's job. Has been resolved. All offensive words were censored. An interference-free show, adequately edited. Advance happy with the broadcast. Valves excessively handled. Excellently handled, yes. You have received a generous bonus. Yeah, I better. Holy crap. Whew. I'm shaken up. I'll be honest with you. Jeez. All right. Let's go. How did they get better? I didn't show their thing. Whew. All right. Well, let's see here. I kind of want to see the wait, what? The Tempest, the Lockdown pre-roll, Section 1, Lockdown Life, National Nightly News. Is it this one? Oh, no. Wait, what? Adverts, broadcasts. Oh, this is where I can see the broadcast. Why can't I see the last thing? Oh, okay. Okay, maybe I have to wait till next time. I kind of want to see what Jeremy was yelling about in the first section. Oh, man. Well, let's figure out what's going on. Turn on hardcore mode and options to hide all the helpful info that stress-induced heart attack feeling. I think I had that today. Holy crap. Jesus, alright. I was like, bro, what was I supposed to do? I wasn't going to show Jeremy Donaldson getting his face blown off on television. What the heck? Or he may have given his gun up, I don't know. But I guess we'll never know, will we? A tape to remember. You wake up, still partly in shock from what you saw on news last night. When you had to edit on the news last night. When you came downstairs, you find your family sitting in the living room waiting for you. You take a seat on the sofa next to Sam. She swallows, hesitating for starting. We were so worried about you last night. After Jeremy, everything that happened, Sam shakes her head. I wonder what they'll do with him now. Are you okay? Lock him up, probably. I can't say I blame him. I can't shake the feeling he might be right. I guess he is alive. Okay. Sam glances at Charlie and back at you. We saw that you chose not to play that tape. They paused before continuing, and I couldn't help but wonder why. I didn't feel like I'd said the choice. It seems like the right thing to do. I think you did the right thing. I mean, it was a crazy situation, but playing the tape could have been really dangerous, Charlie says quietly. You hadn't realized how much his support would mean to you. It's good to have your son on your side. For what it's worth, Alex, I think you were in an impossible situation and somehow managed to make the right call. Sam throws their arms around you. Only you were stuck in that studio having to make that choice. No one can criticize what you did, and I'm proud of you. You've never been so grateful to have Sam support you. You've taken a deep breath and gather your thoughts. It's still a lot to take in. You're not sure you've fully processed what happened last night, you let alone what Charlie and Sam think about it all. You smile wearily at your family. You're exhausted. You didn't know how worried you were about it, but as Charlie makes a stupid joke, you all laugh. You feel tremendous tension break. Sam rubs your back and tells him to flick the TV on. You couldn't ask for better. Alrighty. Yeah. My family thinks I made the right choice. I'm happy about it. My boss is happy. Jeremy Donaldson is, as I presume, locked up now and not dead on the news floor. It's been 6 months since you and Sam last discussed Grandma's ever-increasing medical costs, and Emma, while very pleasant, has proved as expensive as a nurse as you feared. You can't quite believe that it's been long now already, but the sanctions are really starting to hit home now, and unfortunately the government's only solution to help the ailing elderly is a day to the transition center. Why does everyone always seem to be back to money? This time you at the kitchen table, surrounded by bills and paperwork when Sam comes to join you. Today Emma told you that there's really nothing more you could do, except an expensive experimental new treatment that might not even help. Sometimes your mom wants treatment. More often she talks about visiting a transition center. It's hard to know which one she really wants. Sam puts a hand on yours. What are you going to do, honey? She's your mother. It has to be your choice. I don't think she wants to live like this anymore. It's time for the transition center. She's my mom. We'll have to do whatever we can. Let's get the treatment. I guess let's get the treatment. Technically not negative. It's a difficult choice. You never knew that you might need that money, particularly for the kids. What if Charlie gets in an accident? What if something happens to Susie when she's abroad and needs help? Well, what if you could give them a few more good years with their grandmother? Surely that's worth the cost. I did get just a generous bonus the other day, so I can afford it. A holiday update. Just as you're finishing up breakfast, Sam comes in with the post. Oh, we got a postcard from Susie. I hope she's having fun on her trip. Sam reads it aloud as you finish getting ready for work. So, I've seen what she likes most of Irkistan. It's a really cool place, but so cold. Hope Chippy enjoyed the gift. And before you say anything, yes, you were right to make a pack of extra pair of socks. Sam gives you a small kick under the table. Next, we got a train to Konslavia, much warmer, and loads of breeches to enjoy. I could have stayed there forever, but had to head to San Palmerino before it gets too cold. And I'm so glad we did. We probably got 1 or 2 more stops before heading home, but I'll be back in time for Christmas, I promise. Hope everyone's still doing well. Love, Susie. Sounds like it's been a hell of a trip, worth every penny. Looks like I've been here for over a year now, 371. Hey, here we go, I'm back to work. Join us on Discord, not for broadcast, to keep up to date and tell us your ideas. Yes, if you want to join that Discord, go ahead. I'm not in it. I might join it, though. I don't know. That is crazy, though. Jesus, to find that happening. I guess Megan Wolf finally got Jeremy Donaldson's job at the end of the day. I assume she's the only anchor now. The 20-week war. Alright.
Good evening, Alex. It's Bozeman here. Hope all's well with the family. Just a heads up, we're expecting those troublemakers at Disrupt to attempt to hack the channel during the broadcast. So keep an eye on the interference screen and stay out of the orange. Let's keep the news on the air. It's important. Now more than ever.
Alrighty. Cool.
Try and fashion a nutritious meal out of a can of condensed milk.
I think everything's good. We got a good setup.
So,
yeah, she's the
team have asked me to ask you to keep it light.
What does that mean?
It means to do that thing you do where you turn politicians into humans. Just don't get drawn into talking about the war or politics in general.
They do know this is the news, don't they?
You didn't hear this from me.
It's over to Patrick Bannon for all the day's sports board highlights, including all the tabletop action.
Apparently, there's a crew at Team HQ right now. I think she's giving a speech or something tonight. They'll get it on the late news.
Oh, great. So they get the brains and we get the performing monkey.
Followed at 9:25 by our unsettling play,
Sometimes you sound just like him, you know.
Which tells the cautionary tale
How
of
are
one
you?
brave young lady's battles to survive the cruel administrations of our neighbours.
It
At
is what it is.
11:25, it's in sizes.
It
And
is what it
tonight, Dr. Adrian Atkinson Blimey
I'm
will be
listening
getting
to
his
you now.
teeth into Fiona from Hamble Bamblebury, who has
10
invented
seconds,
a tasty
everybody.
twist on the humble business.
That's sad.
And that takes us, after the weather and public information
Going in
film,
5,
into our close down.
Oh, she's gonna-
But first
3.
tonight,
You're gonna make
it's
me
time to
cry
join
now.
Megan and the team for the National Nightly
Good evening. This is the National Nightly News. I'm
Oh,
Megan
this
Wolf.
stuff looks
It's
different.
the 140th day of war.
I didn't even notice
Our
that.
main headlines tonight. Company of Heroes. Skirmishes on land and sea again today as our armed forces tested the mettle of the World Council's illegal blockade. Advance's strategy of multiple small-scale incursions into the disputed zone is certainly keeping the enemy on high alert, unable to work out where or when the next strike will come. Proud parents throughout the territory find themselves ever more impressed by the bravery and commitment of their incredible children and the job they're doing keeping supply lines open against all possible odds. Don't starve. Advance's food programme moved from strength to strength today as rationing depots were opened in the last remaining unfed areas of the territory. The rationing depots have been constructed in record time, and the government's agricultural coordination strategy has seen shelves restocked with increasing regularity. And judging by the looks on this happy family's faces, it can't come a moment too soon. They'll be getting a good meal tonight on the government, just like the rest of us. 7 days to die. The recent decision to allow those with long-term health conditions to access transition centres has today been declared an overwhelming success. Previously available only to those in their final years, the expansion of the service has been met with relief by the many organisations calling
so
for
they're
it to be
getting rid of
opened up
people
to
with
the wider
disabilities
community.
now? This is...
The transition centres have reported larger than expected numbers, but report that they are coping well and able to provide a complete and meaningful service to all who choose to use it. Populace. More than 11% of the population have thus far failed to register for a team membership card, a worrying statistic given that the cards are a legal requirement from midnight tonight. It's up to the other 89% of us to remind our tardy friends that not taking advantage of all the exclusive services available to cardholders is now, as it should be, absolutely criminal. Sympathy for the devils? A poorly attended protest was held today by struggling self-styled resistance movement Disrupt. Support for the organisation has been falling after this and other news outlets showed the public their true colours. And while it's easy to feel some sympathy for them now, as their numbers dwindle and their attempts to garner support grow more desperate, let's not forget how threatening they could be in greater numbers. And finally tonight, our mutual friend. Bail was denied in the High Court today for shamed former national nightly news anchor Jeremy Donaldson. The presenter will be transferred to new lodgings at Pentonbridge Prison while the lengthy preparations for his trial, which is still 18 months away, begin. Since being taken into custody 10 weeks ago in this very studio, little has been heard from our former colleague. Despite how things ended, we wish him the best and will be sure to bring you all the details of that court case every night.
Alrighty.
But first tonight, with the war about to enter its 21st week, I'll be chatting with Peter Clement live in an exclusive team talk from his home in Lancashire. Don't go away. You won't want to miss a second of tonight's National Nightly News.
0. So now what do I have to do? Yeah. Is this Disrupt hacking me? Is that why the freaking interference has been crazy lately? Bastards.
Later in the programme, I'm thrilled to say I'll be chatting with mega pop star Lil C, who's going to be treating us to a world premiere of her new single. And then after that, in part 3, we've got something new I promise you won't want to miss. But first tonight, let's check in with Prime Minister Peter Clement, who's coming to us through the magic of television all the way from his home in Lancashire. Are you receiving me, Prime Minister?
Loud and clear, Miss Wolf. Loud and clear.
Well, let's start with the obvious. What's that in your hand, Prime Minister?
Cheeky cow. But yeah, it's true. 75 days without an alcoholic drink, and I've got to say, I'm beginning to feel the benefits.
It certainly looks that way.
Well, I made a promise to Mrs. C, and as my old man used to say...
a promise is worth keeping?
Something like that, only with assholes.
So, I've heard from my sources that you and the illustrious Mrs. C plan to take your winter break somewhere a little different this year.
That's right. We're planning a walking holiday right here in the territories, which is different for us because, like you, Megan, I've always been a big fan of those warm foreign beaches.
Did you make this decision because of the blockade, Prime Minister?
Well, now that's a good question. Well, as you know, while the blockade has effectively restricted the flow of goods into the country, we and our neighbours have continued to allow unimpeded travel for business leaders, ministers and such. So, although me and the missus could theoretically go to that gorgeous beach I just mentioned, it just doesn't smell much like team spirit to me. After all, as my old man used to say, when life gives you shite, make shite pie.
It works just as well with lemons and lemonade. Prime Minister, maintaining a healthy body like yours at a time of national crisis must require some demanding planning. What's your regime and how do you go about it all?
Well, the truth be told, it's all down to Claude, my infinitely patient personal trainer. He's a man with a plan. I'm just the prat with a fat.
Wow, on that very subject, how are you and Mrs. C handling living on rations?
Well, let me tell you, Megan, back in the 50s, when I worked for you backstage for your Patrick Brannan's dad, did you know I did that?
I think everyone knows that.
Well, what you probably didn't know was that Graham Bannon was a right tightwad, paid the bare bloody minimum and still found every possible excuse he could to dock your pay even further. I remember he once docked me a whole $5 for having an unacceptably smelly lunchbox type bastard. Anyway, what I'm saying is back then I ate a lot less than I am now, even under rationing. We all did. And let's face it, there were still plenty of people in this country who could afford to lose a little bit of weight.
What are you implying? No, but seriously, Prime Minister, we know you're very busy, but one final question, if I may.
Oh, well, go on then.
When you get home from a long day, your head full of the territory's hopes and fears, what music do you listen to when you work out to take your mind off things?
Well, I know I've got a bit of a reputation for being an old fuddy-duddy, but I'd be lying if I didn't say there's something about Little C that just demands one's attention.
Well, let's hope you stay watching, Prime Minister, because she is going to be talking and performing live after the break.
Oh, I'll be watching. After all, as my old man used to say, everything's a treat on a boring Friday with nothing but the wind up your shunt.
It's Wednesday, Prime Minister.
I think the expression still stands.
Peter Clement, thank you for joining me. I don't know about you at home, but I think there's something kind of inspirational there. I know I feel safer. When we come back, Lil C is going to be giving us the debut performance of her new single, and I'll be getting to meet her. As her biggest fan, I don't mind telling you, I'm pretty excited. Don't go away. We'll be back after these messages.
1 minute back. Gripping stuff.
Was that even news?
I think you forgot to ask him what his favourite number is.
Oh, I must have forgotten that in all the excitement.
So assuming it's not vodka, what do you think's actually in that milk? I reckon it's the tears of his enemies.
You are one disturbed individual.
How I cope.
Alrighty. What a great green screen job here, by the way. Yeah. Is this allowed on TV? I don't know. But that was kind of funny. I like that dude.
Spotted the updated mixing disc.
Oh, yeah.
You'll need the new buttons during the next sections. First, we'll need applause when the guest enters and before her song. Don't worry, I'll walk you through it when we get there.
Alrighty. I love how it's not even a freaking phone anymore. It's a damn megaphone, whatever the heck that thing is. Cheapest crew designer ever designed. I don't know if I'd want to go on that, I'll be honest, but whatever.
I've never heard of her before. Is she any good?
Nah, of course not. It's dog shit. My kids go mad.
The ongoing military blockade, some destinations may differ.
Hang on, Colin, you've got kids.
As the cruise now mainly takes place around
7, I think.
What?
5, 4, 3.
Thanks for coming back. Later, we have an exciting new feature that we just know you're going to love, so stay tuned for that. But first, I'm really excited for our next guest. She rose to prominence as the delightful Susie May in All My Daughter's Children's Men, before taking the music industry by storm this year with her debut album smashing the chart records at the age of just 20. Let's give it up and welcome Lil C!
Excellent work.
I just say, you look incredible.
Oh, thanks, babe. I'm doing this new regime and it really does work.
What's the regime?
My manager suggested it to me. It basically involves bathing in like cabbage water, then having the leaves sucked out of you while you sleep.
Wow, is that healthy?
Oh, well, look at me, Meg. The leaves are my only nourishment.
Yep, they certainly are. Now, you'll have to forgive me, but I'm somewhat of a super fan, so I'm sorry if I get a bit starstruck.
Oh, bless you. I've never actually heard of you before, so if you do get a little tongue-tied, I can always carry the interview.
Oh, that's good to know. So your first album, F My Face Together, it hit shelves this summer and it just exploded. I mean, what was that like for you?
Bonkers, just so weird. I was in all the papers and the magazines. Overnight I went from that like annoying little girl from that show to that like sexy little girl from that show.
Wow, that must have been bizarre.
Not really, it was just like any other morning. You know, get up at 5, go on a 4-mile run, have 3 meetings on my cabbage bath, but then only then was my dad actually talking to me.
Oh, of course, I mean, the famed country singer, Billy Bob Jean Short. I didn't know you'd been estranged.
There's nothing that strange about it, Megan.
It's
Okay,
strange,
yes, he may believe that
dumbass.
aliens told him to hate women, but there really isn't anything to prove that he's wrong.
So, this newfound explosion into your popularity, I mean, did that change your life?
Well, I had to start wearing like nicer underwear, you know, for the paparazzi. But as my manager says, best to make the most of it before I'm 30.
Is that right? So, what's the album about?
So I thought it was about like how pretty and great I am, but actually it's about monetizing youth, I think, or about like promoting an unrealistic standard of beauty or something.
Your manager again?
Yeah, he says insecurity is an opportunity.
Ooh. Do you think he'd be happy with you telling us all this?
Telling you all what? It really doesn't matter what I say here. I'll do my dancing and then this part will all be forgotten about.
Well, yeah, I mean, we're going to see some of those famous dance moves very shortly because you're going to be performing your new single, aren't you?
Yeah, it's from my album Put It In My A Together and it's out tomorrow.
So soon, after the last one.
Oh yeah, I've actually released 2 albums since lunchtime and a clothing line during this interview. See, this is called Cry for Help, and it's going to be in all the best high street and retailer shops, and it's out now. So girlies, you know what to do. Scream and cry until somebody gets it for you.
There she goes. Blimey. All these projects, they're keeping you very busy, aren't they? It must be tough.
Yeah, it can get tough, and I hate it sometimes, and I hate myself. I just want to like cry into a bath of root veg. But then I think thousands of girls would do anything to be me, so I must be quite lucky.
Well, you know you don't have to do this, though, don't you?
Yeah, I do think that sometimes. Most nights between like my 4th vodka and the 8th time a stranger slaps me around the arse. I think things could have been different, you know, like better. I love doing autographs and having somebody dress me and tell me what to wear.
Did you always want to do music?
Well, ever since I was a little girl, I did. I'd sit in front of the radio, and as soon as my favourite girl group would come on, I'd press record on my cassette, and then my dad would come in and tell me to turn it off and to go back upstairs and start practicing again.
Sorry, is your dad your manager?
Yeah, which can be tough, and sometimes when it gets really hard, he'll say, make Cragler proud and you might just survive childbirth.
Well, you know what, despite anything, you'll make me proud.
Oh, if only your opinion was as valuable as his.
And on that problematic note, you're going to be singing your song for us soon, aren't you? Tell me about it.
So it's called These Babies Gonna Bring You Home, and I actually got sent the lyrics in the car on the way up here. You know what? It's actually alright. And don't worry, all my work is team approved.
All right then. Well, you can go and get ready for that. We'll see you in a little bit. It was a very specific type of pleasure to chat to her, and I just can't wait to hear this. Oh, so here's Lil C with an exclusive first performance of her new track, These Babies Gonna Bring You Home. Take it away.
It's the force's favorite. The queen of teams. Here to break in your blockades. Lil C.
Oh, I forgot about this.
Oh baby, can't you see I'm hungry? There's a place in me that's empty. I want that meat you're packing, only you can fill that crack in me. I'm under siege, so come and free me. Ain't no disruption here, boy, I got no agenda. Just want the team and me, no dirty foreign member. Don't stop no morning drill, there's holes in me that ain't been filled yet. I only scream this loud when you do your country proud. I ain't no Vickers, but I come in Spanish on my border. Quick before I get much soldier, an enemy soldier. So let them try and break our dream. We fight and love and die at team. So Team Root. Clemens boys can come and use me as a toy. I wanna see some action, so come and break my sanctions. I've been this wild and free since Mom unburdened me. She was only 53, but gave to save her family. There's no one judging me if I'm the one that's in your fantasy. Don't die alone, these babies gonna bring you home. I ain't no vicar's daughter, come and skirmish on my border. Quick before I get much older, tie me down and pour me like an enemy soldier. An enemy soldier. So what if Peter Clemens boys can come and use me as a toy and flip me over, grab my hair, rip off my clothes and done from there. I wanna see some action, so come and break my sanctions.
Okay, this is getting a little X-rated here. Definitely don't know if I should show this one.
Well, if that doesn't distract you from the world outside, I don't know what will. I'd like to thank Little Seafoam. Well, for doing that, don't go anywhere. After the break, we'll finally be revealing the new segment of our show that we just know you're going to love. We'll be back right after this.
We'll be back. And we're out.
She's like, I'm out of here.
Here at Advance,
Can I just say, thank you so much for letting me do this. It really means a lot to me, you know, to be able to promote myself on such a mainstream platform like the news.
Well, don't worry about it. And you know what? Good luck for the future. Take care of yourself. This industry can be crazy sometimes. Watch out for that father of yours, won't you?
Oh, no. I manage myself. It's just, you know, for the public to have that certain perspective on me. You know what it's like.
Oh, right.
And Michael? Michael?
What about Billy Bob Jean Short as seen?
Oh, my dad. He's such a sweetheart. We both had the same agents, you know, like it just made sense. Both of us for our image together.
Wow.
And Michael, I want to see the revenue share for the clothing line and get me a G&T before my meeting with the lube guys. They say for your pleasure, I'm going to start needing it.
Leading scientific and cultural communities.
All right.
This next section will need you to use all 4 of the sound effects to help things along.
All right.
Try and pick the most appropriate one at each given moment. The actors can't hear what you're doing, so they'll be trusting you to make the right choices.
There were exactly 12, as it said in your writer.
Do I look like the sort of person who counts things? No, not anymore.
This
I'm
dude,
better than that now.
Jeff Algebra.
Just keep adding flowers until it feels like 12. Got it?
Absolutely, right away. 10 seconds.
Because we are you.
5, 4, 3.
Thanks for joining us for part 3. We've been teasing you about our new feature all night, and now the wait is finally over. I can reveal that every night on the show, we'll be treated to an episode of an informative and hilarious new segment called The Notice Board. It stars some top talent, and we're very excited about it. But before we see it, let's have a quick chat with the writer, director, and phenomenon, may I say, Jeff Algebra, guys.
Actually, I've dropped the algebra. I go by Jeff DePoon now. How'd you like that?
Yeah, very fancy. I suppose you need a new name now that you're a successful artiste.
Well, exactly. I'm earning enough to pay taxes now.
Oh.
I'm earning enough to pay taxes now.
And how does Angela feel about all this? Your wife. Your wife.
God, no. No, she's long gone. No, she was holding me back. I'm with Norm now. We were married last month.
Norm de Plume.
Yeah.
Norm de Plume.
And why did you write this? What was your inspiration?
Oh, well, I received a telephone call offering me 25 grand to write a protein sitcom. And I heard my father's voice. It said, Jeff, you listen here, boy. You make hay while the
The
sun
heck is this
shines.
camera doing?
You wring every penny you can get out of this. So I wheeled him down to the transition centre, got out my typewriter and started clacking. Utter shite.
And without further ado, let's give it up for the notice board.
Hey, the notice board.
Excellent, you're a natural. Keep it up.
Good morning, Miss Craven. Good morning.
Oh,
Miss Craven.
morning, Ray.
Everything all right, Mrs. Craven? You look as worried as the vicar in closing time.
Oh, Ray, it's those young louts. They've vandalised my shop again.
No!
Yes! They've written all sorts of obscene language and crude pictures, and I know it's those damn you.
I don't know. It could be the vicar at closing time.
I'm just worried they won't ever become productive members of the community. What if they never see the error of their ways and end up as social outcasts, such as shoplifters or bong rats?
Don't worry, Mrs. Craven. This is a very supportive community, and I'm sure that in time they will fit into this society like this key into this lock.
Hey. Does that actually work?
See? Works like a charm.
What a lovely way to put it, Ray. And just like
I can't
that,
believe it.
we can
My fans are like
unlock their
insane right now, dude. Look at that.
Yes. Wow.
They're actually
Look
watching
at all
this
the
crap.
letters in my collection today.
Oh, I think that one's addressed to me.
What? This one? Oh, so you're right. Oh, so you're right.
It's not how you do
Here
it.
it is.
It's a letter from my granddaughter, Brenda. She says she got an A on her maths exam because one of her friends has been helping her. She was always a team player, was our Brenda.
What's up, losers? What's up?
Oh, no. It's Brad. He's the coolest guy in the village.
That's right. I just got here on my motorbike.
Clear off, Brad. We don't want any of your ilk around here.
What?
Brad
dudes?
No. Ruffians! Have you come to tag the notice board with your gang signs?
No way. I've actually come to pin my resume on that notice board. I'm looking to do some tutoring after school.
What? Did you say tutoring?
That's right.
Tutoring?
Maths is very important. Would you mind, Ray? Would you mind, Ray?
Not at all. Not at all.
Oh!
So you, a young person, have been spending your time helping others and not just urinating on churches or huffing glue.
Hey, I haven't huffed glue for months.
Well, blow me down!
You know what? We misjudged you based on how young and cool you are and not on your actions.
No doy.
So it wasn't you who vandalised my shop last night or called me a rancid old crone from the back of a chopper?
No way, it can't have been me. I was too busy helping my friend Brenda with her maths homework.
Could you speak up there? I thought for a minute there that you said Brenda.
I did, you daft old sow.
Did you hear that, Ray?
Oh, yes, what a wonderful surprise. I now respect you as a man.
Put her there, Ray. Oh, what the heck?
Oh no,
Give us a hug.
what the heck happened? Oh no. Excuse me, what the heck going on right now? Bro, don't do that now. What? I was in the middle of a news broadcast. That was my most popular one yet.
Sorry to interrupt the first groundbreaking episode of the notice board, but we are receiving some breaking news. I'm being told we are picking up reports from across the continent of what appear to be nuclear explosions in 4 major foreign cities. Initial estimates put the death toll into. They put them into millions.
Oh my god.
I'm being told we're experiencing some power shortages as a result, so apologies for the interruption. And apparently we can go live now to team headquarters for an emergency broadcast from Prime Minister Julia Salisbury any moment. Yes, let's go to that now. Yes, let's go to that now.
Good evening, citizens and leaders of the world. Minutes ago, operatives working for Advance detonated nuclear explosives simultaneously in 4 major cities across the continent.
Holy crap.
We have similar devices in 58 other urban centres and will not hesitate to detonate them if our conditions are not met in full and without delay. The people of our territory will no longer tolerate your illegal and genocidal blockade. You are to remove it immediately. We will accept nothing less than your unconditional surrender. Your territories will be taken under our control. We will install replacement governments to ensure that your citizens become part of the new future. Your borders are now our borders. Your people are our people. They will finally be fed and clothed and educated and healed.
If you didn't just kill them by all the nukes.
For your privileged few, the moment that they feared is now upon them. Allow me to be crystal clear. If you fire a single shot at our territory, or harm a single one of our citizens, we will not hesitate to detonate further devices. You will not find them. Though no doubt you are already searching for them. Our technology is decades ahead of yours. We will expect your complete acceptance of our terms by midnight tonight. Thank you.
Jesus.
I don't really talk about my personal life in my job. It's not relevant or important. So many of you may be surprised to learn that I have a brother. His name is David.
Oh, yeah?
His name is David. And right now And right now, I can't get his stupid face out of my head. He's a researcher and he's currently travelling the continent for work. And I don't know where he is right now.
That's unfortunate. I'm sorry about that.
And I should imagine that there are many of you sitting at home tonight digesting this news, and you also have loved ones on the continent. In Urkistan, or Havia, or San Palmerino, or Konislava, which is where David was when I last spoke to him.
My daughter's also there, unfortunately.
So when I tell you, I know how you are feeling tonight, believe me,
I completely forgot about her until now.
Believe me, I do. But I also know that there's a flow to events. I see it every day here. I know that although tonight it feels like we may be in a time of fear and darkness, we may actually be at the break of a new dawn. We don't know that yet. We can't know that yet. But together we will find out. And I will be here every night, feeling what you are feeling. And with your help, maybe we can all get to that brave new world. My name's Megan Wolf. Let's make tomorrow better.
Jesus, I hope.
And we're out.
Family away from home, yeah. That's unfortunate. Yeah, my daughter's there too.
Networks are overloaded. Okay. We'll find him.
Do we know exactly which cities were hit, or?
Megan. We will find him.
Now I feel sorry for her too. Damn, man. That's insane. Oh, man. I didn't expect that. Good God, okay. Technically not negative. I'm now can afford coffee. Hey, look at that. At least that's good. Yes, this guy is down. My government is up. That's what I wanted. Yeah. Alright, guys. Thank you all very much for watching this episode. My name is LaserFighter111. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe to this video for more awesome content. And I will see you guys later.